If you don't have a plan, then you're planning to fail. The average person doesn't have a plan of action. The average person is just reacting to life. But if you're a high achiever, if you're an entrepreneur, you know how important it is for you to have a business plan to execute immediately. Last week, I attended a business planning session with Patrick and David, where he broke down the steps you need to have in order for you to build your business plan. And in this video, I'm gonna show you the most important part that he talked about. If this part right here, you only get this one right, will exponentially grow your business next year. So let's begin.
Your way of thinking, if you look wherever you are right now with your job, whether you're a content creator, your podcast, whether it's YouTube, whether it's your weight, whether it's your marriage, whether it's your kids, whether it's your confidence, whether it's your business, whether it's your income, whether it's your savings, whether it's whatever you got, you are where you are today because of the way you think today.
Your thinking process, your mindset. 80% of every business plan, every percent of every man who's succeeding in life has been because of the way that he thinks. Because your belief system creates your identity. So the key question is, how do we create a new identity? How do we expand our thinking? How do we grow? How do we are able to get from 0 to 100? For some of you, how do you get to 1 million to 10 million, from 10 million to 100 million, from 100 million to $1 billion? Everything has to do with the way that you think. Your connection with God, your business, your marriage. It's just based on your identity. See, if you want to succeed next year, you can't operate the same way that you operated last year. You can't run the same program with a new upgraded system. It's going to crash. You need to upgrade your belief system, your identity, your way of thinking in order for you to scale, to grow, and expand. So that's the question. How do we do this?
What new way of thinking do you need? Then the question becomes, how do you get that new way of thinking? One of the ways that worked for me to get a new way of thinking is by being part of different strategy sessions and masterminds. Tom, many years ago, introduced me to this thing called Vistage. We used to sit in Vistage, and it was 4 things everybody had to say. Do you remember that? What was it? One is your personal life, one is your health, one is business, and what was the other one? There was one other one.
It was like...
crisis if you're going through something.
Correct. And how do I?
And how do I? Yeah. And I'll never forget, people would go up, and it was very private, people would go up and say, health, I'm a 7 right now. Personal life, I'm a 1. Our marriage is in shambles. Business is a 9. And my how do I is, how do I fix my marriage? I was like, whoa, man, that's pretty wild. That you remember these steps. Remember some of the ones that was very, and of course, everybody's keeping it to each other, but it was a new way of thinking. I saw one guy right there says, hey, if I don't get $500,000 in the next 2 weeks, I'm going to have to shut down the business. The head guy, John, goes out there, makes 2 phone calls, asks the guy to step out, goes, sits down with the other guy, gets him $500,000 within whatever, $500,000 term sheet, if you remember that, because the guy needed $500,000. Of course, it was expensive money, but he got it for him like this. And it was gone. I'm like, wow, deals get done this quickly? I'm 30 years old at the time sitting in this room. I'm like, wow, my way of thinking is like, man, all this stuff takes, nope, boom, boom, boom. And that was by being part of different strategy sessions and masterminds. If you're not part of a mastermind to see how other people process issues, do whatever you can to find one that fits you to help you think in a new way, especially since you have new goals.
This is the key to your success. I can't tell you how much value you're going to receive by being part of a mastermind, by being part of a session. I'm going to give you a couple of examples. When the market crashed, 2008, I lost millions of dollars. I didn't have money to even pay for my office. I was in the worst financial crisis of my life. And then I get an email that says, you have an opportunity to join this mastermind in Vegas, and we're going to show you how to profit in a distressed market. See, at that moment, I was so desperate that I would do anything to get out of the hole that I was in. See, I didn't know about the distressed market. I didn't know about buying distressed properties. My real estate company was going under. But because I answered to that email, because I was hungry, I wanted to be part of a mastermind that would show me how to turn this crisis into an opportunity. So I went down to Vegas, I put it on a credit card. Remember, it was like $10,000 for 3 days. And there was about 20 people sitting there, and every single one of them was talking about how to be able to break into the distressed market from financial institutions, to buy properties at a discount, and to make money when the market was crashing. That mastermind made me tens of millions of dollars. In that mastermind, I learned a new identity, a new way of thinking. And then I took that mastermind and what I learned in the mastermind, and I continued to implement and join other masterminds. So for the following 5 years after that, I was able to make tens of millions of dollars. Why? Because I created a new way of thinking. And then I joined another mastermind that talked about marketing, that talked about video marketing, that talked about Facebook ads. And that mastermind showed me how to create content, how to put ads on YouTube, how to put ads on Facebook, how to monetize, how to create funnels. And that mastermind guided me into building a coaching business that we've done over $25 million in business. But see, every single mastermind that I joined had a purpose. So being part of a mastermind requires you to be vetted. You can't just join masterminds that you could just pay and play. You have to know that there's a quality of people around the mastermind that will help you see what's possible. So now the way that we run our masterminds are very simple. If you don't have the edge, we can't help you. We only work with people who have the edge, men who have an edge. But then after you join the mastermind, you have to be willing to go to a boot camp, because the boot camp allows you to dig deeper on compound time. Instead of spending years of time connected with people to grow and trust, we do it in 1 week. In 1 week, these men bond together that they're brothers. See, that's why our masterminds are not masterminds. Our masterminds are more like a brotherhood. And these men confide with each other. They're helping each other, not because they want something to get out of from each other. No, it's because they want each other to win. That's the best mastermind. A mastermind that wants everyone to win without asking anything back. So my intention for you is to find a mastermind that you could transform your life with. Not just that you have a transaction. There's a bunch of masterminds out there that are just about making deals. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I was masterminds that I was always looking for deals. But if you're a level in the game right now that you need a mastermind that will help you grow as a man, you need to make sure that you are vetting the people properly, that you actually see the results, the fruits in the labor. I've been doing this for the past decade. And every single man that comes from my masterminds, their lives have changed for the better. And I guarantee you, the moment that you find your tribe, the moment that you have the right mastermind behind you, you're able to compound time. What you did in 1 year, you're going to be able to do in months. What you did in 10 years, you're able to do in 1 year. That's the game plan that we're focusing in this year. I want to help every single man that's part of a mastermind do in 1 year what they took 10 years to accomplish. This is where we're playing the bigger game, the game of exponential growth. So I hope that you find a mastermind that holds you accountable, a mastermind that holds you to a higher standard, and most important, a mastermind that cares about your transformation, not just the transaction. A new identity shifted, a new version of you will emerge, and you're gonna realize that you're not alone. If you like this video, make sure you check out this other video right here that talks about the breakthrough that men go through when they attend the Edge Breakthrough Bootcamp. Right here. If you're ready to find the edge, go to kingscodebook.com to get the latest copy of my book, The King's Code. This book will help you find the clarity, the certainty, and the purpose that you need in order for you to lead with power. Go to kingscodebook.com and find your code to the edge now.